Good evening. How's everybody doing today? Today is March the 4th, 2026, and we are live and in color. Live and in color. Ain't that what it say? Live and in color? We are truly blessed to be here today. We'll be going over Daniel today. Um, and Daniel chapter 1. Uh, and let me go ahead and pray in, and welcome everybody else that's here today. Let me see. I see. Mm. Good Lord, thank you for blessing us to see another day. Father, thank you for allowing us to see each other and be on the other side of the green grass. We're very thankful for that. Father, thank you for everybody that's about to view and everybody that is here today. I got a couple calls and got texts saying that some of us are sick, and Father, continue to cover them and get them healthy, um, and so they can be right with themselves and be right for you. So we know that you are the ultimate healer and the ultimate ruler over everything. Continue to bless us, and Father, just take the words that's out of my mouth and give them the blessings that they need to hear your word. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, we are, again, like I said, we're going over Daniel chapter 1. This one is an interesting subject. I always say it's interesting, but this one's kind of interesting because it has something to do with food. 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 And so we will be going over today uh, chapter 1, 8 through 13 or 14. One of those. If we get to 14, we get to 14. But technically, we'll be going over 8 to 13. And this one, I named this one Resisting Fast Food. Resisting Fast Food. we, 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 I can't see. I can't. I just can't. Resisting, resisting fast food. Resisting fast food. I'm not speaking to my wife. My wife is talking to her, and then here we go over here. Here she goes. No, no, I don't eat a lot of fast food like that. I eat some. I mean, yeah, I don't eat it like that. Okay, I used to eat it a lot, like a lot, but we don't eat it like that. I tell you, my favorite used to be. I love pizza, so I like pizza, but we don't even eat it like that no more. But I do. When was the last time we don't, girl? No, no, we haven't even eaten pizza like that in a long time. I can't even remember the last time we ate it. No, we said pizza. We on live, and she said, "I'm going to ask you this question first. When was the last time you were on a diet? The last time you were on a diet? Hey, so this one, how long did that diet last? Not a week? Not an hour? Well, Daniel put himself on a diet. When we start reading this, Daniel put himself on a diet that some of us probably wouldn't even imagine. Uh, but he put himself on a diet, and we're going to read it. And so the last question I'm going to ask y'all is on that diet plan, were you really faithful to that? Were you really faithful to that diet plan? You were fake. You about a week. Okay, so you said so. Really, really. Okay, so that's okay. I'm like that with chocolate. I'm like that with chocolate too. I eat chocolate. Uh, I'm so yeah. So I eat Reese cups like pretty much every day. Um, Ashley, I'm gonna show the. You know what? I got some pictures of Ashley when she was little that I'm gonna put out here on the screen. um, but we like you said, for you, chocolate is my downfall too. Uh, it's no matter how much. I mean, and I drink hot chocolate too. So I like chocolate. I like chocolate. Um, my wife would probably say that I live in the eating fast food or chocolate whatsoever, but sometimes she be exaggerating, you know. But let me ask you this. Let's look at verses 8. Verse 8. Verse 8. Can someone read that one? Okay, so what happened was Daniel and his friends, they were um, King Nebuchadnezzar had said, okay, so it's one, two, three, four, it's four of y'all, right? Which one of y'all want to be Daniel? Which one of y'all want to be Daniel? One of y'all is Daniel. Okay, let's just say one of y'all is Daniel. And you tell me, listen, I don't want to eat the king's food, but the king said the only way that y'all can be smart, the only way that y'all can be healthy is to eat my food. Okay, he said this is what y'all need to do. I want y'all to eat my food. And Daniel Daniel said he went to the king's uh, protege and say you say, hey, wait, listen, just give me food and just give me meat and water. That's all. I don't want the same food that everybody else is going to eat because y'all four are going to join these other four, and y'all all eight of y'all are supposed to be smart. So the king is going to use y'all to be able to go all of these different places. Okay, now, but he said y'all had to eat my food. You had to eat like me. Okay, so if he wanted to give them pizza, everybody had to eat pizza. Say like you was allergic to something. Okay, so like I'm allergic to tomatoes, but you say, well, how do you eat pizza? Because the cheese and all the other stuff is on it. So yeah. So, but he told you that you still had to eat his food in order to be smart and to have all of these brains, and you had to eat his food. So when he said in verse 8, he was saying that Daniel had asked them, please don't let me defile my body. So basically he was saying, I'm gonna be on a diet from the foods that you about to feed everybody else. And he prayed to God, and God told him, if you don't eat that food that's gonna defile you, I'm gonna make you smarter than everybody else. Okay? Now, put yourself in that position. You talk to God, and God tells you, I don't want you to eat no more chocolate. What is it something that you eat? What is it something that you eat that you like? Any sweets? And she's talking about me, right? Any sweets? Any sweets? What else? What do you like? What is something that you like? Crab boil. Okay. What about potato chips? What are y'all? Popcorn. You love popcorn. Okay, so she loves popcorn too. She goes to the movie theater. That's all she do. You do it too? You she does it too. So yeah, she does it too. Hmm. And no, not loaded with butter. She drips it. So, what is it? What is something that you like? What food is what foods that it's just one thing that you like. You love it. Okay, you eat salmon, right? Okay. Anything else? What do you eat? Huh? Back cobbler. Now, the king says that I'm going to feed you this, but God tells you that you cannot. I don't want you to eat it because I'm going to make you better than them. Okay. Now, if you get something from God and God tells you not to eat something, y'all's going to are you going to test it? Okay. So again, so if you're going on a diet, why wouldn't you just look at it like Daniel and say, you know what you said, if just, I mean, what would you try to chance it just to sneak it? You wouldn't. You'll be tempted, right? Your flesh is always tempted to do something that you're really not supposed to be doing, but it's your flesh. And in Daniel's case, Daniel said, uh, um, God had said, I want you to be on this diet from all of that nasty stuff that the king is making you eat. And if you do this and you tell your friends to do the same, I'm going to make y'all all smarter, brighter, more attractive. Because one of the things is, if you go to verse 4, in verse 4, he tells them, he said, I want all young men without any physical defects, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well informed, quick to understand, qualified to serve in the king's palace. So he said, "This I want all of my men to be this way, but they got to eat the way I want them to eat. They got to drink how I want them to drink. They got to sleep how I want them to sleep. They got to relax how I want them to relax." So the king is telling y'all this, but it's something telling y'all different. Then you look at it and say, should I do what the king want me to do? Do you think your flesh will tell you that? My flesh would tell me I need to still eat them Reese cups because I want to get that kick. That's what it would tell me, that, even though I'm hearing this, the king told me to eat his food. And now think about this. Once you are, you go into, you're under the king, and the king says, I'm going to make you smart, but you got to eat like me. You get the big head because you're in the king's palace. You're in the king's palace, and you are, you living it up. How can why should you wouldn't think, why should I defile the king at all? If the king's telling you, I'm going to make you smarter by eating like me, it should be something telling you that I should want to be. I don't know if God is really telling me the right thing, but the king is telling me I'm going to be smart. I'm going to be handsome if I just do what he tells me to do. So your boss tells you that you're going to do things this way at work. God tells you pray about something, and God tells you, no, I don't want you doing that. What would you do then? You would do, but wouldn't you be defying what your boss is telling you to do? But the boss said that I want y'all to just, we are putting these parts on at Toyota, and we're gonna put them on as fast as possible. Okay, even if we have to cut corners, I want you to cut. But It's really not cut corners. I want you to put them on fast. I want you to do it this, you got to be, your metrics are really, you have to be up to speed. And then you found out that you could do it by doing a shortcut. Okay. Would you go to your boss and tell him, I found out I can do it this way and it's faster and it's a shortcut? Or would you do the right thing by doing it by the book, doing it what the SOP tells you to do it this way? You probably do this. You said, wait, you said you do a shortcut. You said you do it the right way. But the quicker way ain't, okay. So that's just like the people out here getting fast money. They ain't trying to go to work, but they getting fast money by doing something that they ain't really supposed to be doing. So yeah, but I mean, you're not putting it on. You're not doing. Yeah, but look, but it's something in your flesh that says that if I can get this, if I can meet my metrics by doing it this way, I'm gonna do it. And then if they put some bonuses on that metrics, if you're getting the numbers out, uh-huh. Okay, so you're looking at it like most everybody would look at it and say, I'm going to do this thing the quickest way possible because I'm trying to meet my metrics. Everybody else is meeting by cheating, and you said I'm going to do it by the book, and you're not meeting it. You go to your boss and say, wait a minute, I know they're cheating their way to get metrics, and they're getting all these bonuses, but I'm doing it the right way. And the boss look at you and say, well, I'm sorry, they meet their metrics. So then what does that lead you to do then? Meet your metrics or continue doing it the right way? Yeah. Right. You can lose your job. Okay. So then not all the time. Not that fast all the time. So if Daniel's looking at this and saying, you know what, I'm going to do things the right way. I'm going to not eat that nasty meat. I don't want to eat. Okay, I don't want to eat red meat. Okay, for instance, that's a real thing, right? A lot of people don't want to eat red meat. And if the king says you're gonna eat this red meat because you're gonna get smart if you eat this red meat, you're gonna still say I'm not gonna eat it. You said you're gonna pretend to eat it. See, how many of us would pretend to eat it? Or how many would just go ahead and eat it because the king told you to eat it? But it's going to make you smart. The bonuses are going all around you, and they're getting all these, monthly bonuses. This person is person of the month because he getting his numbers out because he's doing it a quicker way. But I'm still getting the parts on.
People are just doing things to get the production, the task completed, but the quality of the work suffering from that. Right. And I'm right. So.
Okay, yeah. What about some bosses don't care? What if some bosses don't care? Okay, so do you think that Daniel is saying the same thing? Do you think Daniel is saying by him saying that I'm not going to eat this meat and I don't want to drink no wine because I don't want to defile my body? Is he saying the same thing of saying that I'm just going to be rebellious? They could look at him and say he rebelling, right? So and then if the king said you rebelling, then I'm just going to put you in a dungeon and we're going to kill you. So what do you do then? We're reading it. He says in verse 9, now God had caused the officials to show favor and compassion to Daniel, as in verse 9, because he didn't eat of the food that the king was given. So do you think sometimes that God is telling you to do something that he wants you to do and other people don't like it? And how does that make you feel though? When other people are looking at you like, you know? So you're saying if you think you're right, stand on it. Well, I mean, we see some of the kids, most of the kids these days are following what other people are doing. And if they're doing that, they're defying what's right. Right? So just because it's a quick hit to get some money, and I'm getting $100, $200 here by selling anything from crack to cocaine or anything else, weed or whatsoever, they're doing it because they're getting by. Yeah, sooner or later. And yeah, it is some consequences. So in verse 10, he says, but the official told Daniel, I'm afraid of the Lord, the king, who's assigned your food and drink. So it's like his boss telling him, wait a minute, I don't know if we should be doing what you want me to do. I really don't. I really think you should be eating this food. I really think you should be eating this food. I understand you saying you don't want to defile your body, but I really think you should be eating this food. And so you think when people are forcing you to look the other way, per se, because you've been in situations where people have been doing something and you look the other way, right? And you was listening, what is the first thing we say? I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You can do whatever, that ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Especially like you see somebody stealing or doing something, like, nah, I'm out. And then you get in a situation that you get caught up in somebody else's mess. They out of it and you in the mess. And then right. Right. So how many apples did you take from the store? Oranges, you took oranges. How many oranges did you take? Okay, you took one. That was there, right? That was your past, right? Long. to closer to when you was almost 1 or 2. Yeah. See, I don't forget too much stuff, When she told me that she was at that store up the street taking them oranges, and she says 1. She only took 1. And she's on it too. Only took 1. Yeah, okay. Look, she's honest though, right? But if who was with you when you did it? Who was with you? Look, remind me never to do nothing with her, because she gonna tell on me. I ain't doing nothing wrong with her. Uh-huh. Yeah. She told on everybody. Everybody, the whole church. Some of them said, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh. But but if Daniel was in the position where he told him, I do not want to eat that, and if he told him, and like you said, like he said it, but I'm afraid to tell you, I mean to not make you eat it because then he gonna get me. He might kill him. So I'm just gonna tell you, look, I'm gonna give you the food, and you do whatever you want to do with it. That would have been that would have been on me. I would have been like, you know what, you can the place here, and it's up to you. You can do whatever. If you don't want to eat it, you don't want to eat it. You know, and you see that every day. If somebody's in the hospital, I don't want to eat that nasty food. So, but they tell you that you need to eat it so you can have a bowel movement, just so you can get out of the hospital. But you get some people that are stubborn and like, I'm still not eating it. They'll have somebody else bring some KFC and you'll bring me some of this and can you bring me y'all look at y'all. Y'all all guilty of it. See? You know? Can you bring me some wings? I don't want to eat this stuff, but I know what to make me get through it. Bring me some wings, bring me a burger, can you go downstairs and give me some French fries? Something, because I don't want to eat none of this. They got me eating applesauce. And you want to they said tell you no Pepsi, you want a Pepsi anyway. Yeah, and chips. And, and popcorn. but just imagine the pressure he put on the servant to say that I'm not eating that, but you're supposed to be eating it, and I don't want to get in trouble. That was a lot of pressure. But Daniel stood his ground, and just like we do, we have to stand our ground. We have to stand our ground when it comes to people doing stuff to us. When things are happening to us, we got to stand our ground and say, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. That's what, and Daniel's saying that he's standing on solid ground, saying, I'm not eating, I'm not defying my body. So next time we get on a diet, we say we're gonna do it. We're gonna stay. You see, you get them when they start drinking water. That time we get on a diet, you tell that you say, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna stand on solid ground and say, you know what? I'm not eating no more Snickers. I'm not eating no more Reese cups. I'm not I'm not eating. I'm not drinking no Pepsis. I'm not cherry Pepsis. I'm not drinking. No, I'm not doing it. So okay. So how many LAs do you drink a day? She drink it every day. She every day.
But I ain't gonna get one. I'm gonna get LA. I'm not gonna get one tomorrow. And she ain't gonna get LA.
Stop telling my family secrets. Ashley.
Snickers, like
Snickers and
I
just get one about every so often. I'll drink like a
But just, I mean, okay, the doctors tell you not to drink no more Pepsi. What you gonna do?
cut it with water. I'm not gonna drink Pepsi. I want to sip it.
No, no, you gotta, you can, you can't sip it. You can't drink it. You say you cannot have no more Pepsis. So you just can't have no Pepsis. You can't have no popcorn, have no chips. You can't, it's done. You can't have no more. But look though, if Daniel did not stand on solid ground, y'all, he would have just been, he wouldn't have. But in the end, it's gonna get better. If you stop doing something, it's gonna get better. I mean, just look at what does it say? What does it say in verse 12? Somebody read verse 12. Yeah. Which one did you just read?
Yeah, where's she at?
Daniel 1, Daniel 1. So Daniel said, I don't want to eat that, but just give me, just give all four of my friends and myself, just give me some vegetables and water. We don't want no liquor. We don't want no meat, no red meat. We don't want none of that. We just want vegetables and water. And then he says to him, he said, but if I just give you vegetables and water, then that means you're not going to look like handsome. You're not going to look like everybody else. You're not going to look like everybody else. So no more Reese cups, Reverend Taste, no more Reese cups. Okay, so then I'm going to lose some weight, right? My blood pressure going to go down. You know, I'm just giving you some good words of advice about eating all that chocolate. Your blood pressure goes down. You know, you be a little more healthy. You can breathe. You won't have to walk that 2 steps, and then you can, don't you're tired. Chocolate does all that to you. It's so then why you do it every day? I'm gonna ask myself that. If 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 the vegetables and water is all you eat for 10 days, and it's all he said is just the 10 days, you got to eat like the king. But for 10 days, I just want you to eat. He says, just eat vegetables and water. You couldn't do it. You still couldn't do it. He, but come on, y'all gotta stand on ground like Daniel. No meats, no nothing, just vegetables. You can do it. So if we just say we're gonna fast and all we eating is vegetables and drinking water, y'all can do it. Come on, y'all, we could do it. We could do it just like for 10 days. It's, man, that's a bad challenge. So do what? Which one? A vegetarian pizza or veggie? So, but but being put in a position that you got to do something that you don't want to do is what makes it uncomfortable. And so that's why it's the truth. If you are really trying to be saved, it is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. I mean, it's just sometimes it can drive you insane because you're thinking, I gotta do this to be right. But this is something that I used to do so much, and something that I used to eat and do all the time. And now I'm getting it taken away from me. So you can imagine, just like when you were a kid and you wanted something. You know, kids these days, they want everything they can get their hands on. Right? They want everything they can get their hands on. But if you take it away from them, they start what? Pouting. You know, crying and stomping, temper tantrums, right? That's what they call TPS on us. The thing is, for us, in our carnal mind, in our spirit, in our flesh wants to do things our way. Our flesh wants to do things our way. And Daniel was trying to prove to the others that God is telling me, no matter what, if I stick by his diet, that I'm going to probably be smarter, more handsome, brighter, if I just do the right thing. And he convinced his friends to do the same thing. Could you convince your friends to do something how hard is it for you to convince somebody to come to church? You've been trying for 2 months. It's the same way. Daniel had to convince his friends, we're going to be on this vegetable and water diet. And they're looking like, well, the king said, if we eat the way he eat, I'm going to be smart. So that's just like, hey, I'm asking you, hey, I'm inviting you, to this church. Well, where's the church at? Well, it's off Winchester Road. Man, that's too far. First thing they say, right? People say that's too far. Or I don't even know where it's at. And you say, yeah, you do say, I could take you. Then they make up another excuse. But that's what people are doing. They make so many excuses on why they can't do the right thing. So if Daniel was trying to convince these three to do like him, and they looking at this like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I'm trying to convince you really to not eat popcorn. I really don't want you to eat no popcorn. It's going to make you better if you don't eat popcorn. Or tell my wife, don't eat all that butter on the popcorn because you put you just drench the popcorn with butter. Oh my God, another one. You don't need that much butter on that popcorn. You don't. You just need some butter on the popcorn. Butter on the popcorn, the bucket of popcorn, like some butter, like, just like not like you see how she's spinning it right there? You see how she's doing it right there? She said, this is how much she put the butter on the popcorn. Oh my God. Yeah, that's, and I'm gonna tell her, the people who put butter on the popcorn, she send me back out there to put more butter on the popcorn. I do not eat popcorn like that. No. But see, convincing somebody else to come to church is really difficult in everybody's eyes because a lot of people just don't want to go. But Daniel, being the stern person that he was, told these three, we're going to just eat vegetables and drink water. And we're going to turn out to be better than them. And in verse 13, he says, Well, 12, please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables and eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with those of those other young men who eat the royal food and treat the servants in accordance with what they see. Now, he did a challenge. I don't want to eat that food. I want to just eat vegetables and water. And let's see at the end in 10 days, who's going to look the best. So let's do that. For 10 days, I'm going to eat vegetables. She's talking about no vegetables. We're going to eat vegetables together. We're gonna eat vegetables together. I got to make you stop eating all that chocolate. I'm going to stop eating chocolate for a week, for 10 days. Let's do it together. Huh? You-
I don't know, because I got it right beside my bed, and I'm thinking, sleep, I probably grab one of those. I'll try.
who eats chocolate in the middle of the night?
Right on my nightstand. I keep it.
You see, that's why you not see.
Well, if I do that, I'll have to take everything out of the house.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this together. I'm gonna convince y'all. Let's do this together. But you see how difficult that is for Daniel at that in those days to say let's go on a diet. It's very difficult for us to say the same thing. Let's go on a diet right now. But we gotta stand firm. We gotta stand firm. You want to give up snacks and sweets? It's hard. It's hard. Tony, your sister says she don't want to eat no more snacks and sweets. Are you gonna make sure she get it? so it's hard. It's really hard to give up those things. It is. It really is. It really is. It's really hard to give it up. It's like taking candy from a kid. It's like taking a video game out of a kid that plays the game all day long. You know, but is it worth doing it? Is it worth trying it? Trying to see if we can just do it. You know, just trying it. It's and if we do it and we succeed it, then we can say, look, we're gonna be better after it. It's just like if somebody just it's hard to get off drugs. They just gotta have it, right? And they say, well, I'm gonna try my best not to do it for 10 days. And I'm gonna take my friends with me and say, we're just not gonna do it. Some of them gonna say, it's gonna drive me crazy. It's going, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Because it becomes habit forming. So I gotta have it. And this is what carries people back out of, back to doing stuff that they don't want to do. I know somebody told me I can't, I can't stop cheating. Well, dude, you need to stop. I can't, man, I can't. And Lord Jesus, I got a sibling. He's just off of these rockers. I just think, and I hope he's looking at it too. But yeah, he's off these rockers. But if a person says that they can't stop doing stuff, they can stop. They just gotta put their spirit on it. Your mind is not strong enough to do it. I said that before. Your mind is just not strong enough to do it. You have to put your spirit. You have to put your spirit to work. You got to pray a lot. Pray every time you think about it. Keep your mind busy. And this is what I think Daniel them had to do, because in his mind, The king said, if you don't eat like I want you to eat, you're not going to be a smart cookie. You're just not going to do it. But he just said, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do it. We stand firm. And in verse 14, he said, so we agreed to do this test for him for 10 days. So they agreed. And then in verse 15, he says, at the end of the 10 days, what do y'all think happened? What does it say in verse 15? So right then and there, it was a proven fact that Daniel listened to what God told him, and the people who trusted Daniel, because everybody don't have to trust you. Some of them could have cheated. Someone could have cheated. But he says it in verse 15, he says, but at the end, I became a better person. In the end, I became a better person. Lord, y'all, I'm telling you, it's doable. It's doable. It's a sacrifice, but it's doable. If the Lord is telling you at the end of this, it's going to be a better you. You have to put yourself in a position that you got to say, you know what, I gotta do it. So people says, well, what do you want to do right now? Right now, we are facing a hard challenge in the church. We said we want to be unity, right? But what if everybody said, yeah, we want to move forward and do unity, but I don't want to do no church work. Then what are we gonna do? Because really you saying yeah, but then you're telling yourself, no, I ain't doing it. Because technically you're saying, yes, we believe in unity, but I ain't got no work to do. And that's why I said, if you do the survey, it's 25 things on there. If you can't pick one thing to say, I want to do, you know what? I'm just going to put my best foot forward. Let me step out in faith. Let me do this. But you have to step out on faith. You have to step out on faith. Even if you're the only person that said, I want to do something like this. You have to step out on faith. You have to step out and say, you know what? I'm going to do it. It's just, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. But that's what we have to do. All of us have a part to do. All of us have a tool. All of us. So everybody has a part in the church. It's not just the same old people doing the same old thing. Everybody has a part. We all have a part. We all do. We all have a part to put into the church. Even if it's the same thing somebody else doing, y'all do it together. Ain't nobody trying to do it better than the other. We're just doing it together. We're doing it together. We're making moves together. That's what we need. We need to move forward together. That's what we've been preaching, doing it together. And Daniel was trying to push those three to do better. Just do more. Just stand on it and say, I'm standing on solid ground and I'm not going to do it. You know what? I'm just not going to do it. And we're going to move forward because in the end, we're going to have a better outcome. I'm a living testimony to that. Trust me. I'm a living testimony. You stop something, you give it to God, you use your spirit to fight it. Your spirit, not your mind, because your mind and your body is going to still tell you, I want this thing. It's still going to say that this is better for you and this is better for you. This is what you're comfortable having. This is what your body is used to. This is what your mind is telling you. I'm used to this, and this is what I want to do it. I want to get it. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. But when you put your best foot forward and put your spirit in action, every single time, every time you think about it, you just start praying. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to do. It ain't. All you got to do is just start thinking. Let your spirit do the walking. And then everything else will fall in place. Everything else will fall in place. But you have to put your best foot forward. So you know what? I don't like none of these things, but you know what, Reverend Taste? I can, if we get a van, I can drive, or I could be a monitor. I could be a van monitor for when we pick up people. If we gotta pick up kids, I could be a van monitor. All I gotta do is sit there on the van and monitor these kids getting here safely. Something, something. It's something. I don't like kids, but you know what? I'll sit here and cook for them. I'll make them something for Sunday school, for children's church. I'll make them a little lunch. I go in there and fix sandwiches for them. And hey, I make sure we stocked up in the refrigerator downstairs. And when it's time to get them to eat, you get their little snack. I'm the best snack person in the world. They're gonna love you because you're giving them a snack. Oh my God, I can't wait to see. Every time I see her, I'm getting a snack. You know what? You become famous. Kids love you. They don't love the teachers. They love you because you giving them a snack. You see, it's something. It's something. It's just doing something. Something. Everybody can do something. Everybody. Kids. I wouldn't got 6 usher robes for the kids because they can do something. On children, we have Children's Day. Okay, they'll be ushering. They got their little usher outfits on. They're gonna love that. They're gonna love to stand there and greet people and bring people in. That's what we're doing. Because we're standing up on our flat foot and say, you know what? We're not doing this no more. We're gonna support the pastor and we're gonna do what we got to do. This is what we're doing. We're moving forward. We're doing it together. We are doing it together. We are moving. We are moving forward. We're not going to go backwards. The past is past. I don't even like hearing it. I don't even. They said, well, the old past. I don't even care. I don't. And this is the truth. Pastor Jackson said he wanted to come to he's coming to the installation. What reason I said, why am I telling him no? I don't care about the past. The past is the past. Guess what? I'm here. We're gonna move forward. We're doing something different. We're moving forward. Only thing we can do is say, you know what, Pastor, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Right now, it's a new season. We moved into a new season. We're moving forward. We're moving forward together. Ain't nobody better than the other. We're on the same team. We both trying to get people to heaven. We both was called to do something, and we're doing it. Even if we do it different ways, we're doing it, but we're trying to do something different. We're moving forward. We're moving forward. Mr. Emmanuel, he called me, hit me up and said, he's going to be here to support and everything else. Come on. Come on. Why, come on. I'm about to be gone on in May. I go graduate. I go walk the stage in May, and guess who we call? Call Darius. I mean, so what? I mean, well, why would we call Darius? He was the cat, dude. He's my friend. So why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? This is all love with me. It's all love, and we're gonna spread that. We're gonna spread that. We don't care about that stuff to have. I don't care. I care about getting us to understand is that we're going to be in this thing together. This is what we're doing. This is what Daniel did. Daniel said, you know what? I am not eating that meat. I am not drinking that wine. I'm just not doing it. And we're going to do it together, brothers. We're going to do it together. And they stuck by him and they trusted him and they all ended up. Look what happened in verse 16. What happened in verse 16? Let's see. Can somebody read that? Verse 16. So they ate the vegetables. They ate it. And the servant who challenged his way into saying, you know what? I'm scared. The king is going to kill me because I'm not giving you what he told me to give you. I'm going to die. Yes, baby. Yes. 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 And she did just like this too. Yes. Yes. I'm not doing, you know what? I'm putting my life and my family's life on the line by not giving you what the king is telling me to give you. And you know what? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to me if the king find out I'm not giving you this food? Daniel, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going on this diet. And I guarantee you, when it comes to my installation, I'm going to be 5 pounds less. How about that? I'm not eating no more chocolate. I'm not even going to buy it.
At 2:30 in the morning, he can feel. I wake up in the middle of the night, take a picture. Like, what are you doing? They right on the nightstand. It's hard to give up. It's bad, bro. 2:30 in the morning. It's hard to give up.
Look, I tell y'all, I promise y'all, my wife did never used to come to Bible study and Sunday school. Now she comes here just to embarrass me. So, you know, I mean, come on now. Tell all the secrets. You see what I'm saying? I see how you feeling now. They said, after done told your secrets. Yes, honey, yes. but we just got to do it, y'all. We have to do it together. We have to do it together. And it starts, it started on February 8th. We started and we see the progress. We see people coming back. We see people coming up here and standing 10 toes down saying, you know what? I'm trying to make a move. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to get myself right. And that's a lovely thing to just come. To be honest, I told my wife, I said, you know what? Last week I was just flat. I'm telling you, I said I gotta apologize to everybody because I just wasn't there. I was looking up here thinking this thing was gonna fall some more, and I'm just like, I wasn't even preaching. I was up here just doing, and then I want y'all to realize something. You can think you not did your best, right? But to have anybody give their life back to Christ, guys, please. Okay? So when I looking at this, like, you know what? This is not this, I wasn't, it just, I'm up here. People were calling me, hitting me up saying that there wasn't no sound. And it was just like, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm still trying to preach. I'm just like all over the place. Y'all saw me. Tony, you was sitting right there. And I know you saw me like going back and forth. Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. like it was just so much distraction that it was just like, and I had to try to calm myself down by telling y'all, look, calm down. Because I saw everybody kept looking up there. Everybody wasn't paying attention to me. They was looking to see if this thing was falling. I'm telling you, last week it was just like, I felt like it was, oops, glad that thing is not on like that. But it was just like, it was terrible for me. It just felt terrible. I'm telling you. It was, I told my wife on the, she was like, babe, no, babe, it's okay. How wife's supposed to make sure you feel good. But she said, you know what, you were off. She said, you were off because usually you are just out here, you're everybody's understanding. But she said, everybody understood it. She said, but the message was still clear, And I said it, it's just, yeah, but then realizing I was really trying to say, you know what, I don't care. Everybody, I don't care. Y'all sit over here, y'all need to move because that was dangerous. So, and I'm, like I said, it was just, it was just a lot going on, a lot of distraction, but that's what Satan wanted to do. And then you see what happened the next day is So, so, so we look at it and you say, okay, we're moving. Did y'all see what's outside?
Yes.
So we're moving. We're moving. You know what, Tony? We talked about some things about doing some things to raise money, donation wise, raise money. I brought up something to him as far as the pews. He brought up something outside, and he said, "Let's get everybody donate. They can buy a brick. They put their names on it, just like put it." And then guess what happened the other day? Monday, I came out here. The foundation guy came. He said, "You know what, Reverend Tace?" He said, "This part over this side, y'all can fix. Y'all can just seal that part. But this side over here, in the cement, I was going all the way up here to the front. That has to be broken up." I said, "Oh my God." Me and Tony talked about that. Breaking up the cement up here, just taking it all the way to the corner. And the man said, "Yeah, from the corner all the way down, that needs to be broken up. Because the cement is falling to the side. It's falling down the hill." He said, "But there's no repairing that. That got to be broke up." I'm thinking like, Tony was just sitting outside talking about this. You see, I mean, when the Lord is talking, the Lord is talking. And he talks through people, especially when we're trying to do something together. Oh, I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, that was just confirmation that, yep, Tony, yep, you thought about something. And guess what? Lord is saying, yep, y'all got to already tear it up. You already got to tear it up. And the guy said, "You know what? I don't want y'all to waste y'all's money." He said, "Y'all can patch that part up together, and then, or you can get whoever's going to tear that up just to seal the side. Because I don't want to take y'all's money like that." I said, "Okay, sir, thank you." And he was an honest person. And I thanked him for being honest. Thank you for being honest. Because anybody else would have been like, "You know what? Let me take this money, seal this up. No one, I'm going to seal this over here. Let me seal that up." Even though we know they got to tear that up, but I'm going to get that money too. You see? Then guess what else? On Monday, that got fixed. On Monday, the piano got serviced. On Monday, the foundation guy came. Then what? On Monday, guess what? Then all the stuff for the roof came. So again, we're moving in the right direction. We got to continue to push together. Unity together. Unity together. This ain't a Reverend Taste thing. This is the church thing. This is the church moving forward. Moving forward and moving forward together. All right? So we're going to go on the diet? You going to stop eating chocolate? Good. I'm not eating no chocolate for 10 days. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'm not eating chocolate for the next 10 days. Okay? I'm gonna take that up. I'm I'm not eating no chocolate for 10 days. I'm gonna stand on it. I'm gonna stand on it. Huh? No, I'm not gonna eat no chocolate.
No, you just gotta make sure I'm good and sleep.
I'm not gonna eat no chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not moving for you.
Huh? This one on me. I take the heat for y'all on this one. I'm not gonna eat chocolate for 10 days. I'm gonna take the heat on this one. Okay. Then next week, if I do it, then I'm gonna say, yeah, all right, then now I did it faithfully. So what your hair? It's caught in the hair. So, all right, so we good. I'm gonna do it first 10 days. I'm gonna do it. All right, y'all. So we're in there. We're in there. We're gonna pick up on 17, 18, 19, well, 17 through 18 on Sunday, and then we're gonna pick up 1 Timothy 4, 7, and 8. So for Sunday school, we'll be on those. 1 Timothy chapter 4, 7, and 8. 1 Timothy chapter 4, 7 and 8, and then we're going to finish off Daniel chapter 1 to verse 18, 19. Okay? Let's see. We had some good feedback on live. All right, so we're gonna end there. Can someone pray us out? Because I know they're gonna say we're late. 7:41. And Tony said he does it all the time, so we gotta get somebody else new. Somebody else to pray us out. Anybody? Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to end there. We'll see you all. If you're not going to come Sunday, if you're not going to be able to make it for Sunday school, please come to church. And then if you're not going to be able to make it, because I know a couple people said that they're sick, we do have our church meeting Saturday. Officers meeting at 10, and then at 12 o'clock we have our business meeting. So please, everybody come there. We have a couple important things to talk about, especially for the ceiling, and then a line item for the installation. So please come, and then we have some other things that we had to talk about to get out to you all. Church is going to probably move to going to QuickBooks. We're going to have somebody tell us about that. And then we're going to have another discussion about some other cost-saving things. So just please make sure y'all come on Saturday at 12 if you're not an officer, 10 o'clock for officers, 12 o'clock for everybody else. All right. See you guys later.